and welcome to the Gasm Show. I am your amazing co-host, Tim, Mr. TIM, if you will, and our illustrious primary host, Miss Diamond D, will be arriving very, very shortly. So again, you are watching the Orgasm Show live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Be sure to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. All right, so if you'd like to join in the conversation here tonight, the number is 313-355-6018. Our guest this evening will be Miss Joy from, let's see, it's Eyes Adorn. That's what it is. All right. So she's going to be our in studio guest, arriving again very shortly. And we're also going to have a bit of fun with some questions. You know, we love our questions around here. And I've got two books I want to talk about. Right. And I'm going to get started with that. I think I'll start with that first. Yeah. So I do want to say that the Orgasm Show is sponsored by IJS Media, where you're encouraged to vibrate on a higher level. Okay. And you can reach IJS Media at ijs-media.com. And also, if you'd like to learn more information about me, Mr. TIM, then you can go to timellerby.com as well. Thank you. So let's jump right in and talk about these books, shall we? So we had one of our dear friends on just a couple of weeks ago, Miss Char J, and Char was here talking about four of her books that she'd written actually, but she had two of them that she was sharing with us, and I have the first one. I actually ordered my copy, so there y'all go. It is called A Ain't Always for Apple, and it's an erotic adult alphabet book. Now, Ms. Chartier is a Detroiter through and through. She's volunteered with several literacy programs in her community, and her involvement in the community inspired her to become an author who provides something interesting for people to read. Her writing truly stimulates the readers and their minds. Uh, this particular set of books are generally used to help people learn to read, are engaging, and some even said they are boring. Not these books, but books in general. Even though this book may not be used in a traditional educational setting, Charget's books can help readers to build their private libraries and learn on their own. All right, so um, it is again quite a joy to have this book. It is called A Ain't Always for Apple, an erotic adult alphabet book. Okay, and that's by Miss Charjay, Char, and you can look that up on Google and Amazon. It is available at all of those outlets. The second book I want to talk to you guys about. Well, first of all, hello, co-host.
Hello, how are you?
Diamond D.
Hi, everybody.
You're super soup. All right.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good time this Friday evening. And
I am.
have been enjoying this wonderful heat that we have going on, right? All right, so I heard you talking about Charjay's book, so it would be a lot of fun. I know we did go over a couple of alphabets, before, but maybe, I'm interested in seeing on what T maybe.
You want to see what T is?
Yeah, I'd like to see what T is. Let's see what T is.
Oh, wow. All right, so we're only going to do two of these because we want to encourage you to get the book, but I'll do T, and then I'm going to do my favorite.
Your favorite
My
letter?
favorite letter, yeah. And that's it.
Okay.
Then you have to get the book again.
Okay.
A ain't always for Apple.
A ain't always for Apple.
Yeah. An erotic adult alphabet book by Char J. That's CHARJAY. T.
All right.
Is for threesome.
T is for threesome.
And a threesome is when a group of three people join together for sexual pleasure.
I like that.
Mm,
When three people join together.
three.
That's even better than two people joining together for sexual pleasure.
It's lots of
Sexual
opportunities for
pleasure.
sexual pleasure going on
La,
there.
la, la, la.
A lot, a lot, a lot.
Yes, 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 indeed.
So, would you like to know what that
What's your
sounds like
favorite?
used in a sentence there?
Oh, yes, I do. I do. I want to know all of it. I want to know about all of
All
it.
right, all right. So, a threesome is a noun.
Mhm.
A person, place, or thing is a thing. All right, so it says here, she's underneath us as we do doggy style. She is licking us both as you slide your dick in and out of me. I lose my mind as the pleasure takes me somewhere else. Fuck me hard and make me come as she licks up our juices. That's a threesome.
Okay.
That's some action going on there. You want to see the pictures? Here, look at the
Okay.
picture right yonder.
All right.
All
We
right.
got visual assistance, all kind of licking and things going
I tell
on.
Charjay, you look so innocent. She looks so. But
Yeah,
hey,
she
she
does
has
look so
written a
innocent.
very,
We
very
are on
amazing
the
book.
air. Yeah.
Yeah. So, my letter is V, and it stands for voyeurism.
V is for voyeurism.
It is also a noun, and
Yes.
voyeurism is the practice of gaining sexual pleasure from watching others when they are naked or otherwise engaged in sexual activity.
Or otherwise engaged
Yeah.
in sexual
So you in your apartment and you look across the street and you see
activity.
two people in their apartment and they getting it in and you get your bowl of popcorn and sit down
And
and
you just
watch.
watch.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it when we do it in public places, hoping that someone sees us.
You just watch and say,
That would
oh,
add to our
okay. Oh,
excitement.
that's interesting. Mm.
It only makes me want you more, knowing that some voyeur could be watching. I hope they see my tits bouncing up and down as you fuck me doggy style. I hope they see the look on my face when you make me come. See, voyeurism is my thing. I'm that one that like to watch. I'll be like, check them out. There's a thing.
Well, check them out then. Why don't you? Why don't you? All right. So we got another little book for
Yeah,
the audience.
yeah. So I
Audience.
pulled this one off the shelf because I've been meaning to read this for about a year now, maybe a
Okay.
year and a half.
Okay.
And this one is called The Ethical Slut.
The ethical slut.
Right.
So,
And
what is the ethical slut even about?
The Ethical
'Cause
Slut is this is the 20th
sounds
anniversary edition. It's an old book.
it sound oh that
It's the
is.
20th anniversary edition of the classic guide to polyamory, open relationships, and finding freedom in sex and love. And I am myself not a practicing polyamorous person, but it is in the back of my mind to look into it. And I picked that book up again about a year ago, meaning to read it, and it sat on my shelf until about a week ago. And I pulled it off the shelf and flipped through it, and I haven't gotten into totally reading it yet, only because I'm so busy. But yeah, it's just something I want to explore, something I want to look into. And I know
Mm.
it's not everybody's cup of tea. I have a lot of friends who are in open relationships and polyamorous, and they, um, when I ask why you guys are so happy and all that stuff, they always say, "Well, there's a lot of honesty there."
Yes.
Um, and I'm like, "How so?" And it's like, "Well, we tell each other everything. There's no secrets because if there are secrets and the rules of the relationship aren't followed, then it could be damaging." And I'm like, rules, huh? So it's like, yeah, it's like if one of us meets somebody and wants to go out, we need to let the other one know where we're going to be and who we're going to be with in case it's any trouble. We can
Right.
know where to send the
Right.
police.
Right.
And no meeting people on your own without talking to me about it and all that stuff. So I'm like, well, that's great. And it was a direct um, opposite to what I find in a lot of monogamous relationships where people won't even talk to each other about things they're interested in because they feel they'll be judged for it
Right.
or rejected your idea is rejected. And sometimes people just want to talk. They don't necessarily want to practice
I
the
don't
things, but they
necessarily
want
want to
to.
do everything, but I want to talk about
Yeah,
it.
they want to talk about it, and why shouldn't they be able to? So that's the thing that's a turn off for me. It's like if I can't express myself and I don't allow you to express yourself, then why are we even trying to do this one on one? Um, and again, as I looked at my poly friends, I was like, y'all are much happier. Let me see what y'all talking about. And
So you
yeah,
can
I ain't
book.
committing to nothing like that, but I'm like maybe I will one day. I don't know. We gonna see. I'm gonna read the book and I'll yeah
We
probably
gonna
make
see.
some TikToks about it or
All right.
something.
All right. Well, Mr. Tim, he gonna see about the polyamory. You try to get a few people involved in your shenanigans, huh?
Shenanigans
And that should be an interesting situation
should be.
on on a regular basis, managing that. And usually, I mean, I've heard it is. I've heard it can be an interesting situation as well. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, what you got for us today, Captain?
Okay, so tonight we have Miss Ladyfinger. She's going to be joining us in studio. She has a shop in Westland. Of course, by the sounds of it, she has something to do with fingers, right? So she does nails, but she also has an array of other services that you might want to check into, as you absolutely want to make sure that you get to feel good always and as much as possible, right? So tonight, what we are talking about is how do you slay? Okay, so that's why we have Miss Ladyfingers on here tonight. So we're talking about how do you slay? How do you slay? What is that all about? Well, that's how do you get yourself together? How do you get snatched, get fly, get that face beat? I really don't like the term, but anyway, how do you pull it together
Well, I
so
assume you're
you
talking about makeup and not what we were discussing last week about the yeah. It's a different type of smashing, right?
slaying? I said, how do
Slang,
you
not
slay?
no. You were saying the
I
whole
said, how
the
do you
face
slay?
smashing and slang and stuff. That's
Yeah,
different. Well, why you don't like the term?
because it sounds like somebody beating you up in the face. You get your
Well,
face
that's what I
beat.
was saying. You were saying the same thing, and I was like, okay, well, it do sound like that now that you mention it, but they come up with
What?
the women come up with these terms, and it's like then they don't like them.
I've
I
gotten
don't get it.
lost in this conversation.
No, you you said it sound like somebody beating up your face, and
Oh
I said we were
yeah,
talking
getting
about
your
that last
face
week,
beat.
and then you were like, I don't like it, and I was like, okay, well, these terms again are come up with by women. They want to go out and slay it, and it's like I don't like it, and maybe
No,
a lot
I
of women
like
don't like it.
slaying. I like slaying.
Well,
That
see,
sound like I'm
but
out here whooping somebody
well,
ass.
see,
That
now it
sound like
sounds
I'm
like you
putting
just
it
want to
down.
get a machete and chop people up. That
Yeah,
ain't.
I like
Okay,
slaying,
I'm
but I
gonna go
don't
sit
want
on the
my
other side of
face
the desk.
beat. That sounds different. That sounds like I'm absorbing the pain. I don't know. I want to administer.
Or you keep in mind, yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, you are watching the Orgasm Show live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Be sure to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. Won't you do that? And thank you, as always, for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the
The
world.
world. All right. So what we got for you tonight is as we talk about how do you slay. So how do you slay comes from um, activating, our solar plexus. So our solar plexus um, is, of course, our chakra for confidence and personality. It helps us, where we're able to express ourselves. Um, and the color is yellow, 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 yellow. So your your base chakra is the root chakra is red, and the one above that is your sacral chakra, which is orange, and then right above that we have the solar plexus. So we're in solar plexus land. It's yellow, it's happy, it's expressive, it's connected, it is filled
Impressive.
with energy, and we like it. And we like it. So, how do you slay it? How do you get your confidence together? How do you put it all together so you can get out here and do the daggone thing? Let's see. One of the things that I wanted us to talk about, of course, is our
Yeah.
sexy spices, right? I don't know how to a word for the herbs, but I guess so. I slide the herbs in there.
Yeah, that works. That
You know,
works.
the herbs and the roots all in there with the spices, because it sounds good, right?
It does.
So ginger is great. Ginger has a number of wonderful ways in which it helps our bodies to be super healthy and wonderful. It helps fire up those digestive juices, which kicks in the metabolism and helps us to process the food that we eat. It improves the absorption of essential nutrients for our bodies. Yay. It helps to clear up the sinuses, flush that stuff out. So when you're able to flush out your sinuses, I just want you to know you're ridding your body of just ailment and nasty, goopy
Yeah.
stuff. Just stuff that your body
It's not.
does not need. And when your body is producing that mucus, it's trying to get rid of it and it's captured in there. So when you're able to dispel of that, it's really a
Right.
wonderful thing. Of course, it also helps with nausea and gas and cramps and joint pain. Ooh.
See, when I tell people that's why I drink Vernors when I get sick, they were like, "That's just soda. That ain't." Man, let me
It's
tell
got
you about
ginger in it.
Vernors. Yeah, it's got ginger. It's ginger ale. And if you talk to anybody from Detroit, because Vernors is a Detroit thing, just so all of our national listeners watching, they're like, "What's Vernors?" Okay, Vernors is ginger ale, and
Super
this is what we
strongest
give
ginger ale on the
our
planet.
children when they're sick. You give ginger, you give Vernors and some chicken soup, and
And it opens
5 hours later they
everything.
up and running around again. Yeah, but don't.
Woo!
Yeah, if you're not from here, don't drink it like unknowingly
Without
because
ice. Don't drink it without
it'll
ice.
kill you. Well, if you drink it with ice, make sure that you exhale before you drink,
Yes.
because if you inhale, the bubbles will get in your nose and your head will
You will
explode.
choke. Yeah.
Yeah,
You will choke the hell out yourself.
it's strong, but it's effective, as you said, to the health benefits. Yeah.
Yes. It helps with congestion and all of that, and it is super active. You'll see it in work. You'll
Hmm.
see it in work, in action rather. Once if you've never had any Verners, yeah, you should definitely check that stuff out. Cause
Hmm.
ah, mm, all right. But finally, ginger is a great addition to your everyday supplement, in addition to helping with um, your digestion and gas and cramps and all that other kind of stuff. It also uh, is an aphrodisiac. It has aphrodisiac properties.
Now this I did not know.
Yeah, probably because of all the how intense it is, and so stuff like that, like how it opens you up, like how cayenne pepper, just
Yeah.
kind of opens you up, and that's that circulation coming alive. And
Okay.
anytime anything activates your circulation and helps your circulation come alive, it is helping the blood get to areas that we want the blood to get to.
Mhm.
And we like for the blood to be able to flow through those areas and stimulate, activate
Yeah.
particular areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I didn't know that. That is very interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad I could be of some help. Let's see. Um, the ethical slave.
The ethicals.
Did you tell us what that was exactly? I tried it all the time.
I did. I
Intensely.
did. For those of you who are just joining us, I'd be
Because
happy to
Jesus,
reiterate again.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had a cocktail or two, and I
This
can't
is
remember
again,
what's
this
in
is the
my
20th anniversary edition
room.
of this
Oh,
classic guide to
polyamory.
polyamory
Polyamory. My
and
bad. I'm
also open
sorry.
relationships and finding freedom in sex and love. Yeah,
Sex and love
hmm
and freedom
for sure.
and multiplicity.
Hmm.
I wonder how, like, is there a particular number? Like, what?
Oh, numbers. Well,
It
it
say poly.
yeah, that's many. So it's like
So
it
I'm
depends
just
on the people
wondering.
because you might have a triad, which is three, a closed
Okay.
triad, which is we are in this relationship and nobody else can come in.
Ooh, a
Um,
closed triad.
or you can have a quad or a closed quad, which is four, and nobody can come in. And everybody knows each other. Sometimes they live together, and sometimes they don't. Um, but it's always relationship based. And when I say that, it's relationship based in the sense that if they were monogamous, it would be like, okay, we're exclusive, right? And no one else can come in to what we have. It's the same thing with their increased numbers. And generally, you're not going to have more than a triad or a quad. That kind of gets into crazy, you know, trying to keep up with everybody. And as most people feel that polyamory is just about sex, that's a very big mistake because they're all relationship based. Now, yes, they can have more sex because there's another person involved or a couple more people involved.
Right.
But for instance, if you get one person who's like, "Well, I'm not in the mood tonight," now you've got somebody else to play around with.
That's right.
Or if two of them aren't in the
Options.
mood, you have two others to play around with. And I know that that's not a thing for everybody. So yeah, don't shoot the messenger.
I'm not shooting
I'm
anybody.
just saying because to each his own. I know a lot of people who
Yes.
were married formally. They get involved with this because if they've been married more than once, they may feel like maybe the love I have to give would be better suited, split between two people instead
Right.
of just one. Or
Right.
one person again doesn't may not want to do certain sexual activities that you enjoy. Or here's another thing that a
Right.
lot of
Like
people miss
fisting.
up. Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
I've
but you
always
may have
said that.
somebody who's like you're down with both of them, but this person doesn't like to watch Star Wars, and this one does.
Right.
So you do everything with this one except watch Star Wars, and then you do everything with that one, including watching Star Wars. And it doesn't mean you love one or the other less or more than the other one. It's just like that's a divided attention between the two of them to get your needs met, and they can get their needs met. And that's how I'm looking at it so far. Like I said, I've got a lot to read in the book to understand it more. But so far, as I was interviewing my friends on this, that's pretty much the gist of it all.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good gist. A very good gist of all of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what you feel? What you feel about it? What, like you?
I feel like polyamory, after you're right. You're right. I completely, totally agree with your friends who have been married because they've tried the traditional route. They've checked all the boxes that society would like them to check. They have ventured and been through that, and now they have experience to speak from. And so, if they are making choices and they understand the dynamic between two people and how people evolve in a relationship, and how sometimes, um, you need space from a person. Sometimes you're mad at one person. Sometimes, one person, like you said, likes to do certain things that another person doesn't.
Mhm.
While one person will go sit down and watch movies together, another person we can have really deep and intense conversations.
Right.
And so actually being able to have the freedom to do that very openly between folks is I think a much more mature way to handle it than anything else. But I must say, I try to be kind of open with my children about my conversation about uh, sort of how I think about relationships, especially post
Mm-hmm.
divorce. And they feel like you should only be with one person at a time. And I get it because they come from a married household.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't quite understand any need to entertain more than one person. They feel like it's toxic to do that. But I explain like it's much more when you're upfront and you let people know like it's not just me and you and you know this we are this is you know the world and this is going on in the world. I think that's much more healthier than trying to tell somebody it's just you and it's not, right?
Right, makes sense.
That makes to me
Yeah,
it makes a
and
lot more
again, yeah, it's
sense.
fair to everybody involved because then it's like, well, they get to make a decision if they want to deal with that or not.
Right.
And again, that's the thing about that whole lifestyle that people don't understand. It's the same thing if you were monogamous. It's like, I like you, that's great, but I don't want to be bothered. Okay, well, there ain't nothing I can do about that. So for them, it's the same thing. You put everything out there and then see what the other person or persons feel. And again, it all goes right back to relationship. What is that relationship going to be, or what are those relationships going to be? Is everybody comfortable and happy and feeling um, I don't want to say content, but settled
Right.
is a good word.
Right.
There's no stress. Just be honest with each other. And I say that for polyamorous couples or people involved. I can't say it's couple because that's just two, but folks. And then for monogamous couples, just talk to each other and be honest with each other about what's going on, and then there won't be any issues. All of that trust operates, in both dynamics if it's done properly. Otherwise, you just have a bunch of people on either side who don't feel like they can ever be themselves or they can ever trust another person. And we have enough issues with men and women not trusting each other right now. It's increasingly evident that so many single people just don't want to be bothered with the opposite sex. But for people who are into polyamory, they're fine with it. And they're actually um, in many ways similar to the monogamous couples in that they still deal with things like adding a third person or a fourth person. It's like, well, we went out and we didn't click and just stuff like that. So
Right.
they have some of the same issues when they're trying to put together their unit of relationship. Um, so again, I tell anybody who's monogamous, this is not your thing. That's fine, but understand that it operates the same way as if you were with one person, as what they're doing. But I'm still learning. So
Still learning.
still learning.
Ah, and the learning curve is real out here. So I wonder, what about? I imagine sometimes the rules change along the way as emotions change, right? Things happen, people
Mm-hmm.
change and shift. Or if you bring someone in that you first click with, and then after a while, one person isn't clicking with another person quite as much, then that promotes a situation. Or if one person gets jealous because y'all spending too much time together, I don't feel like I'm getting my fair share of the time. I want that attention too. I wonder how things are managed when those situations arrive. I imagine the best thing to do is really just to talk about it. Talk about how you're feeling.
Agreed. And it's like that's what makes the most sense. That open communication. Otherwise, you're right back where you started from
It makes
when
sense.
with the one-on-one. I mean,
That's not always happening.
it's
It's not
there has
always
to be
happening.
a trust there and enough safe space where it's like I can be myself. How does a couple get to that?
Yes.
How
Yes.
does more than one person in the relationship get to that?
How do they get to that? Well, in case you didn't know, you are now in the orgasm zone, watching the or a Gasm show here on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station
In
in the
the
world. We
world.
are live streaming every Friday night at 7 p.m. here on Facebook. Be sure to check us out: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Like, share,
Follow,
subscribe,
comment,
all that good
tell
stuff.
your friends about
Tell your friends about us. And if you like, you can even get yourself involved in the conversation by calling in at
it. 313-355-6018. What are your thoughts? Call us and let us know.
Yep, yep, yep. And then tonight's show is brought to you, of course, by IJS Media, where we want you to express what you imagine. Check them out at IJS-Media and Essential Ascents, where it is essential that everyone ascends to their highest level. Be sure to check out Project Wow, Essential Ascents, Project Wow Facebook group. Ladies, we will have events coming up soon. Paint with Passion event. There will be postings coming out very soon of that. And then we'll have, of course, one of our virtual sister circles arriving to a Zoom room near you. Okay, so just be in touch, be engaged. We'll be sure to post information there on the group on Facebook. So stay in touch. Indeed, indeed. And did we tell people to mark July 12th?
I have not done that yet. What is
Well,
going
y'all should
on?
mark July 12th.
All right. I was going to say, what's going on July 12th, Diamond?
July 12th will be playing again at Burt's Marketplace. Come check us out as we continue to just work on getting better and better at putting together a entertaining evening for the ladies and gentlemen. Again, my disclaimer is my strength is in the spoken word. Okay.
Yeah, she got y'all covered this time. Don't even
That
worry
is
about it.
what I do strongly.
As you can hear
Okay.
naturally.
I've been forced to
Shake.
sing due to Tim locking me up in his dungeon and tying me up occasionally with bandanas and then whipping me with a cat of nine tails.
Well, I served you peach cobbler. I thought you'd be happy.
Damn it, you didn't have ice cream on
Oh, that was the thing. All right. I'll pick up some chocolate or some banana. Not banana, but
it. Vanilla on my
butter
peach
pecan.
cobbler. What is
Vanilla?
it? Or butter pecan, not chocolate.
Not chocolate.
Not on the not on the peach cobbler. You need the vanilla or that butter pecan. Yeah, that butter
Yeah, see, Daddy
pecan.
does love me
That
butter
butter
pecan.
pecan.
I'll do some vanilla.
Yes, indeed.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. We like the butter
Welcome
pecan.
to the party.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah. So yeah,
We like the butter
Erogenous.
pecan.
July
Okay, yeah,
12th.
so July
Burt's
12th.
Marketplace Theater. Two
7
sets,
p.m.
7 p.m. and 8 p.m. We will be hitting the stage. And
Yes. Tickets
yeah,
are just $10. So come check it out. Have
don't
a good
believe
time
the
on a
hype
Tuesday night.
that Diamond is not prepared for this because she is the quintessential front woman, and I am very happy to have her be that. Hype, hype,
You are
hype, hype,
so
hype,
you are
hype, hype.
so
Yeah, I
gracious.
know, I know, I
He's
know, I know.
so
I believe in you.
very gracious. He be hyping me up. We gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see. Joining us in the studio, right here, right now, we have Miss Lady Fingers. Say hello to our audience, Miss Lady
Hi,
Fingers.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, so tell the people who you are, where you hail from, what you do.
So, hi everyone. My name is Adriana Renee. I am a business owner. I say that with grace because it's a long journey. It's been a long journey for me. I'm 32. I just opened the salon in Westland. Um, it's been about a year and a half now. In between that process, I had a shortcoming, very sudden that happened to me. So that kind of changed and altered a lot of my plans and things of that nature. But I am back up and running. I do specialize in nails, nail enhancement, but I also do I do makeup for the living and the deceased as well.
Oh.
Um,
Well, sorry for your loss. First of all.
Indeed, my condolences.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. I do teeth whitening as well as micro shading and micro blading eyebrows. I also do pedicures. I love to scrub
Really?
feet. Yes, I love feet. I do.
Did y'all just hear that? She loved to scrub feet. She loved to scrub feet. Okay,
For
so
sure.
um, why? Why do you like to scrub feet? And when did you first discover that you love to scrub feet?
I don't know if you're gonna believe me or not,
Oh yeah.
but
I want to hear the story.
Me
I
too.
started when I was 7. Like my
Okay.
mom was a hairdresser, so she was always on her feet and stuff all day. And I used to be like, "What can I do to help? What can I do to help?" And just stay out the way. But I'm like, "No, there's something else I can do." So one day she was like, "Come on, little girl," and she took me in her room, and she had a kiss kit. And at that time, I think they gave you like 3 colors and some other stuff. I don't really remember, but it was always something missing. But she had it. She was like, "If you don't have this, then your foundation will be nothing." I literally remember that when she told me that when I was 7 years old, and I'm 32. Um, and nails have literally been my passion. Like anytime I've done something bad, or if I just needed an outlet, I always would call someone like my dear nails or come over and do nails, or and this has just been my lifestyle like forever. So I just adapted it. It just literally have been like my breath. Like I don't have to do nothing else but that. I mean, of course, I've done other things like I was in the medical field as well for 13 years, but I just didn't like it, and I can't wear nails. So it was like, how does that even
Like they
how does
just
that even
messing
go
up your
hand in
flow.
hand? So
Right,
you're like,
right.
no, we can't do that. So then first you try to sneak your polish, you get written up, you try to put your fake
Are they
nails on.
that serious?
Well, yes, because
Wow.
nails carry bacteria.
Yeah.
We don't want to admit that, but nails really they harvest a lot of bacteria. So if you're not clean, and we can't count on everybody to be clean.
Right.
Okay.
So if okay, yeah, you're clean, Miss Adriana, but
Those
Everybody
two.
been
ain't
scrubbed
nobody
Yeah.
under
finna get
their
on it.
nails when they finish them hot
They don't care
them
about that.
hot
It's just like
Cheetos.
that
Right.
part, that part, right there,
Mhm.
that part. So everybody has to follow the rules. Nobody's an exception to the rules. So I had to figure out if I wanted to live and do my passion or live and do my passion. And I chose the one I could do, wake up and be like, okay, I can wake up at 12. I can't do that with the perfect job.
Right.
No.
I chose
Well,
it, yeah.
congratulations on that
I
because
appreciate it.
yeah, I
I'm
got my
choosing
own business
joy.
too. That's I'm new with it though,
Okay.
but it's for that same reason. You
Mhm.
can't do certain things in the corporate world, and then you get your own business, and it's like, oh, I can sleep till noon if I want to.
That,
You know, I can stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning watching TV, and then get up
that
when I
part.
feel like it, and I
That
can't be
part.
late. So yeah,
Yeah.
congratulations.
And
That's
then
good.
when you have the regular job too, like you have to do whatever you have to do there. Like when you have your own thing going on, you have to kind of put this off, not procrastinate, but it kind of gives you a while to think about things,
You can relax into it.
process exactly what your brain working it. It allows you to be free.
Yes.
It allows you to be free.
It's
Yeah,
very liberating.
yeah, for
You
sure.
know, growing up, they would always look at entrepreneurs and say things like "your real job," and it's like,
And it's
Right.
like, whoa, yeah,
yeah, but
for
this is a
sure,
real job.
because
I just
it
don't
is
punch in
That
for
was a
somebody
trick.
else. But
that
yeah,
part,
yeah,
that
That's a
part,
trick.
yeah,
that
yeah,
part. Excuse me.
you're fine.
It's a straight trick. So yeah,
Yeah.
congratulations on choosing joy, on choosing to walk in your own path, to be authentic, to be vibing out on you, not to listen to
The voices,
the
yeah,
other
because
It's not. It's
outside
listening. It's
voices.
not. It's not hard not to listen sometimes. But yeah, for sure.
Well, that
There's
is
no
so
way
cool.
around
So well, our theme for tonight is how do you slay? So we kind of been talking about how do you slay. We were talking about polyamory. So I guess that's kind of how people slay. In various relationships, vibing off of your solar plexus, which is your third chakra, which helps you with your confidence and your personality. Um, Another way that you slay, we were just talking about being brave enough to have your own, having the confidence to believe in yourself, to have your own business, to understand that you have value, that you have services that you can provide to the public that they are willing to pay for, and that you are skilled enough, professional enough to handle all of that, to give yourself that. That's a way that you slay. Yes, absolutely.
Literally.
so you know now you feel like, yeah, that's right.
Literally. Okay. Talking.
Yes. Well, another way that we were talking about slaying had a lot to do with an aesthetic way that people slay, which of course is tied to your businesses. Yay!
Yeah.
So, give us an idea of some of your favorite things to do when we know it's nails, right?
Yes. Yes. So first, I like to size my client up. Like I like to see what's going on in your brain, what's your favorite colors, what are you into, what's going on in your life. Um, are you going to an event? Um, Preferably, not really. I don't really do age, but I can kind of tell a vibe. I can tell an old soul when I see one. I can tell somebody who needs a pick me up. I can tell when somebody just needs a quick. This person is something very, very great with just one color, and they rock this for the day. If I do their nails forever, they'll stick with one color forever. That's like each color in the rainbow. We want to switch it up. I mean, I can literally look at you and service you from just the vibe that you give me, just know what you need. I can just pick up on your desire. Like literally, I don't even know how to
Very
explain
intuitive.
it.
Yeah.
Very, very. I feel like when you have a passion for something, you have to tap into it.
Yes.
You can't play with it because nobody can do it like I do. And we all say that we hear all the time. It's such a cliche, but people
It's true.
literally
The
look
vibe
at
comes
me.
through like it comes through you, like how it comes
Literally,
through you.
literally, people are just like in awe. Like I literally came here and I just was like, just change it. Or like, and I'm like, this is someone who's like, okay, stop it from making me cry, but people really need that sometimes. They don't want to just go and sit and get their nails done. Like, they could have just got fired. I need help. I need somebody to talk to.
Right.
What am I finna do?
Right.
You hear me? No, you know, not
Right.
being
Yeah.
Yes.
disrespectful.
Yes.
Yeah.
But and it's a convenience. It made me feel good in that moment, so I did it impulsively, not thinking. There's somebody out there who's literally waiting to service me. We don't think like that.
No,
Right.
we don't.
Nobody pushes us to think like that.
Right.
And then immediately it's like, this is a really like situation. This is really just came back and saying, listen, where did you come from? Yeah, because it's just a connection.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yes. Yes.
For sure.
Yes. And so hearing all about vibing out and connection, and I so love that because um, COVID is just. I'm gonna try to be politically correct.
Go ahead.
However, in regards to humanity, it was savage. And some of the regulations and mandates that have been put out for how hospitals are going to regulate things, for how somebody dies at home, how funeral homes going to come pick them up or not, um, or the morgue, all just so many things. That whole thing about really alienating yourself from your family and then scaring the shit out of you. I mean, yes, I don't want to be disrespectful. People do that. Absolutely. People do that. But to the extent in which they were or are narrating this story, I just want people to have your own perspective. Understand that we are human beings, we are social creatures.
Yes.
We are supposed to connect energetically to one another. It is essential. It is essential to our evolution, to our beingness, to our humanity. It is essential. So I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm
I can't say it.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that because I say all the time that we need each other.
Yes.
We they try to divide us in this country on everything, you know, black, white, gay, straight, east side, west side, good hair, bad hair, and on and on and on.
Right.
But we need each other, and if we stop giving into those divisions, we will find even within, I suppose, the ending of this pandemic that that's a real thing. Like coming out of it myself, I made a declaration that I was going to spend more time hanging out and talking to my friends because I was always prior to the pandemic. I'm too busy. I'm building a, and they were like, you were always working. And now I'm like on the phone with them every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes or so, just checking in with them because I didn't do that before. But as we watched that death clock go up and up and up and up, it was like, you may not have your people tomorrow. So enjoy them today.
Yes.
And even with that, it's like you said, it's like you you want to follow the mandates and everything. But to me, the pandemic was no different than if you were on an airplane and it crashed, or if you were in a car and it crashed and you died. You could go and get your shots and your boosters and everything and walk outside and the bus could hit you. And it's like they made it sound like there's this is the only thing that will kill us all
Or you could
and
catch
stop
COVID again.
and stop living
Instantly.
and stop living. And that's the thing. So you stop your life and you cut yourself off from everybody, and that was very traumatizing. And I think it's
Yes.
still traumatizing for a lot of people.
It is traumatizing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my husband actually passed away from COVID-19.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And
Oh, wow.
I 100% agree you have to have your own perspective.
Mhm.
You have to be mentally strong.
Yeah.
It's a mind game.
Mhm.
It's a population control. All of these things that we don't want to be, that we don't want to wake up to.
Right.
We feel like it's old school. It's that's some stuff on a movie, and a lot of things are into play because we need the knowledge, and we can't be told it. Like we can't all have a meeting. So let me make you a movie. You can watch this movie at any time, but this can regulate. This can help you understand some things. The world is beautiful and crazy in the same time, and
It
if you do
is.
not pay attention to things, you can get swallowed up in this.
Mhm.
You can.
But COVID was literally a mask. Literally, they put a mask on us and made us jokers. And now they're pointing at us, laughing at us, making a mockery of us, and making money off of us. Like we're literally toys at the toy factory.
Feels that way
Oh
sometimes. Yeah.
yes.
Most
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
We've been getting
So,
pimped out for so
forever.
long.
For sure.
So long. So many things. But this ain't supposed to be that show. Okay.
If you're just joining us, you are watching the Orgasm Show live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Be sure to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. We are streaming every Friday night at 7 p.m. right here on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in
In
the
the
world.
world. Absolutely. And we are in the studio tonight with Miss Lady Fingers. Adriana, she has a lovely shop out in Westland. She does nails. She says she loves to scrub feet. So you want to get your pedicure together. That's a thing for me personally. I'm a Pisces, so something about my feet.
Sensual.
Okay.
Yes.
Something about my feet. Anyway, uh, and tell us about some of the other services that you provide.
So I try to do things as they make sense. So as a woman and a man as well, when you get dressed, you want to kind of have things lined up and prepared for you a certain way or whatever. So I literally have to make that up in my mind and kind of set that up as I went through my shop and set things up. So I do makeup, and I do makeup accustomed to, like I said before, I customize all my services.
Mm-hmm.
I also do teeth whitening. I don't feel like people understand when I say that. I don't know if they get it, so I guess I can go a little bit into detail.
Yeah.
So a lot of clients don't know that you still have to brush your teeth prior
Oh
to coming
Jesus,
to your
honey,
appointment.
don't say that.
So
Don't say that. The
Okay.
adults.
well, no,
Yeah.
and it's not that. And then sometimes people don't tell you that they have certain things going on with their body and chemical changes, or they're taking medications, and so you're working with people, and then you don't. You know what I mean? So I'm not a dentist, but I am certified to clean your teeth. Literally just that. I apply a barrier to your gums so that I protect your gums. And then I will apply something, a gel to your teeth, and then I will apply a light. What the light does is it sucks out all of the dirt, all of the grime. Basically, I'm trying to simplify it to make it make sense.
Mhm.
It will basically, what is the word I'm looking for? Not cure it, but it's gonna add a pearly white layer to your teeth and take all the bad stuff away. Then you would rinse a few times, and then of course you just make sure you are at your shade that you want or the desire that you want. If you're not, then we'll set up an initial appointment. And now you can get your teeth whitened as much as you want, but who wants to come and keep doing that.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right. I was
people
gonna
try to
ask
take
about how many
advantage.
sessions people can
So
do.
usually it's 2 sessions, and that's
Okay.
about 40 minutes to an hour.
Mhm.
We'll usually go over a treatment plan or come up with a treatment plan if you're just someone who just wants to just get your teeth whitened. That simple. If
Mhm.
you're like, hey, I really need work done, I really need something, else going on. Let me get a few more sessions in. How many sessions do you think? Blah, blah, blah. We'll go over a treatment plan, and it's usually 3 or 4. It could be between 4 and 6, but that would break you up between like 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. So you
Okay.
would come every 2 weeks to get a cleaning, and then
Okay.
until you're at your desired
Okay.
shape.
Okay.
For
And
sure.
that's another way to slay, right?
Yeah,
It's nothing
for
like
sure.
a fantastic smile,
Yeah.
right?
Especially for the coffee drinkers and the smokers.
Mhm.
For sure. Tea drinkers as well. All that. Herbs, if you like a lot of citrus,
Mhm.
that too. That can mess up our
Yeah,
enamel as well.
yeah,
All that
yeah,
stuff. So.
yeah.
Going
So-
to toes. I like to slay toes in a way of a lot of people hate their feet because I know a lot of people who work in the factory or they've been working in the factory for so
Mhm.
long their toes are damaged. So they
Ooh.
don't feel like, excuse me, they're at a point of repair. A lot of people have to literally get their toenails cut all the way down and allow them to grow out. A lot of people are not
Mm.
willing to do that.
Mhm.
And
Like
it gets like
that
that.
hold, that just take that
So if you ever look
whole.
at your toenail or your fingernail and you have like a white part, that part is not connected to your skin anymore. There's no longer flesh there. It's just white. You would notice if it's connected because you will see the natural nail. You'll see a natural nail bed, which will be pink. Or it should be pink. So that part will have to be cut out, and depending on the person, it can go all the way down to
Mm.
about 3 centimeters above your
Wow.
your cuticle.
Beyond you.
So
Wow.
yeah, a lot of people are like self-conscious about stuff like that too. And then you have to worry about pressure. So if they're gonna hurt once I don't have a
Right.
toenail, things
Yes.
like that, we have to get into an
The
appointment to
amazing thing
even
is
get.
toenails just grow back. Like even
Yes,
if you get that hold,
yes,
they will grow
yes,
back.
they do. It takes between 6 months to a year, between 6 and 9 months to a year, depending on the treatment, depending on if you're
Yeah.
keeping up with it, depending on all that type of
And
stuff.
you and
So
your body. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
for sure, for
My
sure,
boy
body
just ripped
mechanics
his
and stuff.
toenail off a couple times.
Mm, for sure,
So.
for sure.
It's the whole damn fingernail.
Like, go
Toe
ahead,
hold
do your
nail.
worst. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
have a
god.
bottle of wine while you're working.
For sure.
I
It's
know,
happened.
right? Right. People have to do more than that sometimes, right? Before they come in and get themselves together. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh.
It don't be that bad. Once they know, like, okay, you really care, you really actually care about what you're doing, they see you working, they be like, take a picture because you really in there. They really care. Like, okay, you actually, let me get this together. Now I actually care about my feet now. But we
Yes.
should, like, you need somebody to push you to care about stuff like that because the feet are literally like the portals to our soul. If you look at your feet, you can tell what organs are messed up, what organs are dehydrated. Certain spots in your feet can tell you, different things. So you
People don't
just,
understand how important their feet are.
mm-hmm,
And then it bears your weight all
that part.
freaking day.
Yeah, that
All
too.
day.
Oh, I know
That
about
too.
it.
That too.
All day.
For sure.
This whole mass, right? All up in your feet. So yeah, we should be good. Be nice to your feet.
It's good.
So you personally, when you get ready to go out, what are some things you like to do? How do
Mm.
you like to slay?
So I may indulge in a backwood or two.
Yeah.
Um,
Who said that? Who said
no,
Yeah.
that?
if I had to decide on a wig or not, it would be like lay a wig, like a whole little situation going on. I have to make sure my environment is peaceful or at least organized, so that if I get disorganized, I can put it back together. I can't have too much ruckus going on. So
Okay.
it's kind of a whole little situation. I have my
Little
music
ritual
going,
you get when you get
literally,
ready to
like,
go out.
and then
Okay.
I'm bigger too, so it's like I gotta add a little bit more oomph. It gets a little yes.
Sparkle.
Gotta be like, who is? I didn't even know that was you. Be like, girl, you don't have to put them. What is it? 3D minks and all that. All that on. Look, I tell my clients like they think I'm so hip. Like I gotta keep up with y'all. Y'all be putting me hip to stuff. So knowledge is power. We gotta keep sharing with each other. So we can
Amen.
keep
That's
going.
what I
Amen.
said. We need each
Amen.
other. I said.
For sure. For sure.
Amen. Amen. So we just have a few more minutes before we close out. Hey, Mr. TIM, how do you like to slay? How do you slay?
These.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You know what? We talk about this sometimes. Like I had locks before.
Mhm.
I was in church, and they gave me such a hard time about it that I cut them off.
Mm.
And I stopped going shortly after that because it was like, put on a suit, put on a tie. And I was like, that's not me. I'm not that type of person. I'm comfortable and everything. Like, I'll do dress casual and everything. But when I go out now, it's like I will do things that keep me confident. I'll dress confidently. And now this is what 2 years now of this, and I'll not cut them off again. I'm me.
They're beautiful.
You accept me as me or you don't. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, you've been in the orgasm zone. Yeah.
Yes, you have.
We are wrapping up tonight's show of the orgasm show here on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Follow me, Diamond D313 on Instagram, and Mr. TIM at
Temperance_music on
Be sh-
IG.
yes. Be sure to check out Miss Lady Fingers where.
At IGMISSLADINGRS Miss Lady Fingers LLC.
Miss Lady Fingers LLC. Be sure to check her out on Instagram. Support her business. We will see you all next time. Be sure to keep your stimulation open to a better vibration.
Amen.
All right. All
Yes,
right.
yes.
Buenos noches.
Ooh. It is a toasty.